365, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video on our 365 trading channel where we do supply and demand institutional order flows, where we track smart money, literally finding out where their areas of value are, where are they buying, where they're selling, looking at long-term creation trends and linking them to short to medium-term trading, right? So there's a process. We've been doing this for a while now. Today we're going to be looking at AUD Swiss franc, and I thought, well, why not just start off always in this type of videos looking at where the retail traders are, the data in front of you, because right now I'm looking at retail trader data. Do not forget that this is very short term. This could easily change a week from now. All right, this can easily change a week from now. There's nothing fragile in this world than a retail trader sentiment. But right now, when it comes to AUD Swiss franc, we can see for ourselves there. We've got about most retail traders who are trading this asset on this platform really looking to go long. 97% believe price has now been oversold. All their indicators are screaming oversold. RSI oversold. The MACDs, everything. So they are literally looking to go long. We've got 97%, right, willing to go long, which is a total of 2,632 lots to the upside, and only 3% willing to keep selling, right? So longs, looking about 9,305 long positions, right? Why do we look at this data for the retail traders? Number one, it's just nice to know where our brothers and sisters are. It is by no means me trying to tell you to follow the herd, right? The herd might be right, but how long will they be right for? Sometimes they are right for just a day, sometimes they are right for just a week, sometimes they are not right, which is actually most of the time, right? This is just to know where people are, And then now, what we're going to do, which is the usual way we do things on this channel, is we're now going to figure out where smart money is. Smart money is really where the money is, right? We need to understand for ourselves what the banks and institutions think of AUD Swiss franc. And to do that, we're going to start from the very beginning of time. We're going to look at the 12-month chart, 3-month chart, 1-month chart, 1-week chart, up until we get to the daily time frame. Do not forget, if you want to do this by yourself when I'm not around, have the institutional knowledge, understanding the information of supply and demand and all the rules, hit that link down below. Don't forget, hit that link down below and join us. Right, so without any more time, I'm going to go straight to the 12-month chart, and here's our AUD Swiss franc. I'll remind you that again, according to the data we saw earlier on, 97% of retail traders are long. These are not going long tomorrow. There is a total of almost 9,000 long orders. 9,000 orders are made up of effectively running orders in the market right now, effectively a lot of buy limit orders waiting to get filled, right? There is a strong bullish sentiment here. When I look at this chart, all I see is a self-profile asset from the very beginning of time. This is from not beginning of time, but at least from the beginning of the data given in front of us from about 1980, 1979. Markets took time to consolidate, but you can see with this little line I drew here, you can see it's a slanting line to the downside, right? So the markets kept closing lower and lower and lower and lower, over time. Literally 1987, right? Lower and lower and lower. 1997, somewhere here. There we go. Lower and lower and lower. Price comes back in 2007, right? Clean bearish engulfing a supply created in 2007, 2008. And the markets, create a massive weak rejection. This was obviously during the COVID era. And since COVID, remember, this is the 1-year chart. Every single candlestick here is 12 months. Since COVID, this 2020 COVID, price has been trying to refill this week. I've talked many times on the channel about the fact that long wicks on Swiss franc pairs generally need to get filled. I've said this so many times, and the same thing can be seen here. price is moving down. But if you really think about it, if you look left, you'll see a supply within a supply within a supply controlling price down. And you can even consider this big supply here if you want. But the whole point is there's so much sell pressure here that this COVID level simply happened, push price into a supply, and now price is coming down. The next question to ask is, where is price going? Well, the truth of the matter is on the 1 year time frame, there isn't available valid demand in sight, and that's because it's a profile asset, right? So I can tell you in the long term for positional trades that institutions have any plans in the long term of changing the narrative of pushing price up because they don't even have a demand in place. The day they create a demand, it will be an original trade. It will be a new demand all by itself to itself without reacting to anything. And those take time to form on the 12-month chart. Let's go down to the 3-month chart. On the 3-month chart, you can see that price is dropping still. Like as explained, you can start to see where we did a lot of selling last year, and we'll get to see that much more clearly on the daily time frame. There's certain reactions to the left, right, but also price created its own supplies. This is a year ago, April 2022. If there was a supply here in April 2022, and this candlestick here is April 2023, my mind tells me to be very careful about the bottom of this area here. My mind tells me to be very careful because banks think in 3 months, take profit in 1 year in a 10-year plan. That means very soon as the close of this candle happens, today is the 24th of April, as I'm making this at about 10:30 p.m. in the evening, right? We've got about 6 days till the month of April. My mind is telling me to be very careful about these lower areas, right? Markets could open a new candlestick here. And remember, we're looking at the 3 months chart, right? So this candlestick that we're looking at right now isn't going to close at the end of April, second financial quarter. So this represents April and June. This June candlestick, given that there was a supply of 2022, April 3rd, 2023, which will have April, May, June in it, like this one is April, May, June, right? I'll not be surprised if markets start to take profit at the close of this candlestick in June. The close of this candlestick in June, I'll not be surprised if price starts to go up. But that's different from saying retail traders want to go long now. I'm talking about June. I'm talking about the fact that psychologically speaking, this might be a perfect time to take profit at the bottom of these lows here. But we'll still investigate. But on the 3-month chart, like I said, price is leaving an area of value, price creates a new supply, price is left. It's just red all the way, a perfect sell year, which is what we got to our war rooms last year. We kept talking about selling AUD Swiss franc like this a couple of times. Right now I'm on the governing time frame. The governing time frame is giving me an interesting take on price, particularly another run here. It's too early to call this a supply, right? We still need the imbalance rule to be met. Until the imbalance rule is met, we don't really have a supply. We have a strong notion that price might come back to sell there, but we need another 1 month's data, right, to see where price is. If we look carefully to our left here and we drag the supply across on the governing time frame, you can see for yourself that this candlestick here on the January 2023 made it all the way to that area of competition to drain that particular supply and get going, right? So markets made it all the way up here, this area of value, or barely touched it, whatever. Thick area of value there, but this red yellow candlestick is what created sell pressure here. And now we don't necessarily yet have a supply here until our imbalance rule is sufficiently met. But it is no surprise that there is some type of consolidation from October all the way to January this year, October last year, and then finally price breaks down to the downside. That long-term sell pressure that we saw on the 12-month chart, sell pressure we saw on the 3-month chart. It's actually a good time now to start looking for valid demands. If this was a valid demand, a bullish engulfing demand, which allowed price to rally, you can see that markets have really ate through it. Yes, this demand is the reason for this consolidation. See this consolidation here, where price was hovering for from October 2022 till January, it is because markets were sitting on some strong buys, right? So something like this. Markets were sitting on these buys here, and these buys did their best to hold price up for as long as they could. But eventually now you can see that price has begun its journey on eating away at that particular demand. And there's no telling, right? Because if markets breaches these two white lines, then we have to fill this wick, which again would confirm more downside pressure in the medium to long term. I'm now on the weekly time frame, right? I'm starting to get a good look at what happened last year. And this is such a sad thing. You see all of this money here, or rather, sorry, this move. Let me not call it money. All this move here, this move, this was predicted in our war rooms of 2022 last year, and it's sad that price came back to this area of value at a time where I was completely away from my trading desk. So price came back in January 2023, and unfortunately, I was not there to either engage in a market execution or to even just simply put a pending order, right? So this was a very much beautiful missed trade. If you caught it, I'm very interested. Please do let me know that the war rooms helped you and you took the instructions seriously and you're in the trade. Right. On the weekly time frame, we can get several confirmations. We now have, the trick of the fact that there's some higher supplies involved, right? That price is going to have to choose from and come back to, right? But you can see as prices dropping non-stop on the weekly time frame, given the perfect sell pressure, prices creating extremely valid zones, and our weekly time frames are crucial for swing trade to positional trade reversals, swing trade to positional trade retracement zones, right? So these areas of value on the weekly time frame are absolutely key, right? Both supplies on the weekly time frame do offer us an opportunity for price to come back. Both supplies are extremely valid. And where is price going? Well, you see these two white lines that I drew haphazardly on the higher time frame with no clarity. You can see right there on the weekly time frame, they actually encompass a weekly demand, and price has already entered that area of value. So this is probably why a lot of indicators are screaming go long. It's probably why a lot of retail traders are looking to go long, but it might not be good enough since going long right now is completely out of sequence, out of alignment. And this is the difference. This is incredible. Like, so if you know me, if you know how to trade, if you know what I teach, if you know order flows, you will know that I'm doing this by the book, supply and demand book, and everything is screaming sell. But there are over 97% of retail traders trying to buy. There's almost 9,000 active live trading orders. I'm looking to buy AUD Swiss franc. And to top it off, there is at least 2,632 lots to go long on this asset, right? So markets really have this whole relationship bent backwards, right? So this is a nice take. So remember I said on a few minutes ago that this was the trade that I missed, that we marked up together in the war rooms, and I just wasn't around to facilitate a pending order on time. You see that there? Look at that. With a fresh touch here, I took out, I left, exited as soon as I got more than 1:3, I guess. I realized that was enough for me. And look at price. Price came back only once here. This is what we teach in the academy. When you hit that link down below, we'll teach you how to do this for yourself. Right? So this is exactly what happened. Price came in once, gave us a fresh touch. No other time did price come into that zone. Boom, comes in for a retest, and look how crazy the run is. Like, that's some serious moolah, that I'm not a part of this long run here. But I'm back. We are back. We will quickly isolate these assets, right? So looking carefully now at the weekly time frame, right? These are the weekly zones here that have been drawn in yellow, right? Let me just fix that for you guys. But now that we're on the daily time frame, we need to also be aware that there'll be many daily supplies that are not in alignment with monthly and weekly, and therefore will most likely cause serious problems. But as you can see, the zones that we drew earlier on. I'm gonna go at Kinihashi to see if I can reduce the noise on the charts, right? So Kinihashi shows, number one, there's a fresh supply here, so not intended there's a trend line. There's a fresh supply that is, just waiting to be used by the right people, which is there. And then there is a peak supply or supply created by counter trend, where prices going up for the short to medium term, complicated 365 candles, where markets must come and interact with, right? And that's exactly what happens here. Peak supply, markets come in first, and then markets pull back all the way down, right? So this is a very simple, clear as day, type trade, right? We need to retrace, we need to see retracement, and we don't want to sell inside demand. We don't want to sell so low into the curve. We already made enough money for the day, but you should be looking out for these. If price ever decides to come back and retest, you should then be looking out to see, take the risk and sell. But if markets don't come back down to retest, or more importantly, markets take their sweet time, this is what you're looking at on the weekly time frame, valid supply there. Markets take their sweet time all the way down and remove this area of value, then it's open season, right? Because in our markets have nothing that can stop it for a while. Maybe not a long while, but it becomes clearer and clearer every day, right? It's exactly what the how these areas of value move, but more importantly, what will happen when price gets here. Look at all this beautiful long width that needs to be filled. If I'm right about the downside, I would be cautious about what I'm buying. Let down traders buy, push the market as far as they can to the next high selling point. That would be what my humble suggestion is. Look, man, thank you for watching. I hope this video helped you. I hope it shaped the way you think about finance. Remember, if you want to learn institutional supply and demand from real trader who's done all of this stuff, then please don't forget to hit the link down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.